That's crazy. Ooh. This car is ridiculous. Honestly, it just slides through the air. Man's gotta drop a gear. Drop a gear, disappear, baby. Come on now. I'm telling you, this thing is so smooth though, you know? What's good, fam? Welcome back to Unlockable Character. I just coded back in the active sound design in the car, and I also coded in Rolls-Royce chimes. So let's see how that turns out. Before I coded those things in, I went into XHP and I changed up the settings to be more of a driver-focused setup. I have both really fast 60 to 130, you know, launch control 0 to 60 setups in XHP, and I also have kind of for driving feel, like if you are in traffic and you need to have control of the car and you don't need to just go 200 miles an hour, you need to go from 60 to 100 back to 80 to 100, and how the car feels with shifting. All of that I have set up in XHP. Let's take it for a drive. Let's see how it goes. Let's go. All right, fam. Let's see if you can pick up on the change in how the car shifts and any Rolls-Royce noises. That's the first one. I forgot, I really don't like the turn signal with Rolls-Royce. And there's two BMW options. There's a BMW by itself and BMW 2021. So I'm gonna try the regular BMW option next, see what that's like. Throttle is super sensitive even in second gear. Car's not warmed up, thankfully, which is nice. And the shift points, I actually have a shift map editor, I should say, and the map that I run is all the way maxed out, and that's really why the throttle response is so crazy. The tires are still handling it. I mean, that's really light throttle, but really nice shifts. I missed the different shifting experience, which is more of like driver focused rather than just speed focused in terms of going in a straight line fast. It still gives you a good oomph from 4th to 5th. I also turned active sound design back on, guys, so in the cabin I think there's more noise cancellation for outside noise that's electronically adjusted and done, which is pretty interesting. We're in rear wheel drive, by the way. Super fast. Yeah, I can hear the, oh, I actually like the noises. I mean, they sound good. That's crazy. Ooh. Ridiculous, bro. Crazy. I think that color is called Ruby Star. It'll look beautiful on a GT3. lower sound frequency they're pumping inside the cabin. When I turned the car back on after coding Active Sound Design off from Vimmer Code, I heard like a mic turning on, which is so interesting. I'm gonna play with the equalizer too, guys, see how the sound system reacts to Active Sound Design on, because there's more noise being pumped through the speakers. So my initial impressions when I first turned it off after getting the car was that Active Sound Design was muddying the music because it was putting, you know, other noise through the internal speakers. The Active Sound Design really sounds crazy, I'm not gonna lie. But I think it might be a little too much, like it's unnecessary. I think it adds bass by itself, like deep frequencies. Oh. Into all-wheel drive, see what that's about. 5th gear, by the way. Car just literally teleports. That Active Sound Design definitely sounds interesting. I don't know why Nissans want to try and keep up. Not a good idea. Very interesting noise. Actually don't miss the digital noises. Now that I'm hearing them again, I'm really just gonna code Vimmer Code out, guys, for Active Sound Design. It's gonna be the dumbest chain of traffic I've ever seen. I wonder how much of the inside noise carries over to the outside, because I don't think the outside there's the digital noises that come, you know what I mean? I feel like only inside the car do you hear these digital noises. the Rolls Royce noises, those take me out. The turn signals, guys, are ridiculous. Let's see if this guy wants to race. Yo, you want to hit it? Car literally turns like a ballerina, you know, on a dime. And I can feel it in the tire, and these tires are worn, you know what I mean? Like, we're not rocking new tires right now, guys. Like, that's outrageous. Car just wants to eat. We are in the firmest settings, so pretty rocky ride. Yeah, it really feels steady, even on that pivot, you know what I mean? Like, ridiculous. He knows he wouldn't take me. I think he's just got a V8, no boost. Man, literally can teleport in this thing. Pops are unbelievable. It's like active sound design is having a hard time coping with how loud those pops are. We're definitely turning active sound design off, guys, and putting back the regular BMW chimes, because this Rolls Royce chime for the blinker is not it. It would be cool to customize the chimes, you know, like a Tesla. Crazy. fifth is still too much. It's got a lot of jerk in the drive line, I should say. You can reduce that with torque punch on XHP, so that's what I'm gonna do. All right, fam, what is good? We are at racetrack, not getting gas, just turning off active sound design and adjusting the 4th to 5th gear changes in XHP. So let's head back home and see what the changes are like. I also changed the Rolls-Royce noise back to BMW before 2001, so just regular BMW. Let's see what that's about. You don't have any of that digital noise from active sound design, which is nice. Yeah, feels good. Third to fourth really carried that shift. It was 4th to 5th that I was interested in, so once we get some more speed, guys, we'll check it out. Very nice black wheels in the M3. Got carbon bucket seats. You can see it through the tint. Pretty cool spec. You don't see those wheels, guys, usually on cars. Still a lot of kick. I think 2nd to 3rd, maybe 3rd to 4th, 4th to 5th needs slightly less torque punch. Very quick. In terms of taking the shift, the car accepts the shift almost all the time. We're in rear wheel drive, so I know better than that. It picks up speed so quickly in all-wheel drive, it doesn't lose traction, you know what I mean? Feels a lot better to the drive right now when I don't have the settings maxed out for just straight line speed in XHP. And there's something to be said there, right? Like, you don't need to be driving for maximum speed all the time. With XHP, you can tune it to have the most pleasure of just driving around. Hearing the exhaust. Yeah, the exhaust sounds a lot cleaner now without active sound design. Let's go back to rear-wheel drive. Put it into the comfort settings, guys. There's so much traction. 4th to 5th, there's a lot of punch in the driveline. And watch now is you can basically turn the car off in terms of making noise. You won't be able to hear it. control in this car is something that I've actually not really used. Even when we went to Florida, I drove most of the time, and that's something that can tell you that there's a car that you really enjoy driving, because you don't use cruise control in it. The height of the heads-up display, it's already as high as possible. Alright, feeling super stiff on the road, so let's go to comfort. You notice it a lot in the steering wheel, and even just up and down in the seat. You're not bouncing all over the place. This car will do that all day, and it won't have, the same qualms that a McLaren would have. Pushing a McLaren every day, once you full bolt on, tune it, that kind of thing. Unreal. And if you want to push this car, you go for an upgraded turbo and then build the engine, Some people don't even build the engine. Then they push 1,000 horsepower. It's crazy. So easy. When you're light on the throttle, the shift lights don't come on. I've noticed that. You really have to be, at wide open throttle, or right before you hit the rev limiter before you'll see a shift light. But it is cool to have in the heads-up display. So much fun. It's unbelievable. And there's so much in it, you know what I mean? Guys, one thing you have to be careful of is the speed rating of tires. So if you see a tire with a Y rating, that's good for like 186, 187 miles an hour. And honestly, that's the limit you're probably going to hit on a public road. But you have to remember what rating tire you have on a car, especially if you're in a new car that you're not used to driving and you need to drive it fast. Like, you need to check the tire. It's ridiculous. I'm not even getting into redline in 5th gear. There's a max cooling mode in MHD, and we don't even have that on, and temperatures are perfectly fine. Once you go for that bigger turbo, then you need to think about cooling. So, stock turbos, guys, what other car can do what this car does? cruise through, swim through traffic. Let's see. It's one of those. Maybe it's a V8. Ridiculous, honestly. Just slides through the air. Man's gotta drop a gear. Drop a gear, disappear, baby. Come on now. I'm telling you, this thing is so smooth though, you know? Literally grounded. There are a lot of aero components on the car, guys, and you can really feel it. If you're taking a turn like that, you can really feel it. This car has another level that it constantly will tease you with, and that's what gets a lot of people, I think, in trouble with these cars, especially if they're not experienced with driving, is that the power can catch you by surprise. This is, you know, honestly close to 600 horsepower from the factory. Like, they weren't messing around when they made these, and they're underrated from the factory. Here goes this Infinity. The middle part of this road is so bumpy. Just not a good area to be in. Maybe you'll take that right lane. Let's see. This Toyota is really rolling. It's much easier for me to drive at high RPMs at lower speed with the current XHP settings, guys, versus always trying to catapult it full send between each shift. I need the shifts to work, and I need it to be a little bit more on the immediate and you know, focusing on grip rather than keeping boost through the shift. Honestly, it wasn't like a slingshot, but it was immediate. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And that was rear-wheel drive, guys, in the softest settings. Jeez, yo, UPS going crazy. Off-roading and shit. What that car is doing. Oh my God, this car sounds that's ridiculous, honestly. That is too fun, guys, honestly.